Today we're going to be taking a look at a 2023 Toyota Camry XSE. Let's get started. This 2023 is now the 6th model year of this generation, so it really begs the question if Toyota is going to actually redesign the Camry next year for the 2024 model year. And the powertrain in this 2023 Camry is the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, makes about 206 horsepower. With the 8-speed automatic transmission, it gets about 31 average miles per gallon. And for 2023, the 3.5-liter V6 is still available. We're going to start the overview by going over the exterior, and then we're going to jump inside and talk about some of the features. Starting off here in the front, this is the XSE model, so we do have the Sport front grille instead of having the lines that go across in like the LE and the XLE models. We also have these large little side cutouts right here, which make the car look a little bit more aggressive as well. Our headlights are also full LED with an LED daytime running light. You can also see, getting up close with this grille, Toyota likes to do this with a lot of their models, but actually the top portion of this grille is cut off and the bottom section right here is opened up. So even though this grille does look very aggressive, only about half of it is actually functional. And even these side parts right here are actually fully closed off. Up on the hood of the 2023 Camry, we have some really nice body lines. So looks like we got 4 body lines right here, 2 right here sort of in the center, 2 more kind of going a little bit out, maybe 6 if you want to count these smaller little ones right over here. But we got some really nice body lines here. Moving on over to the side of the 2023 Camry here, you can see we have these 19-inch gloss black alloy wheels, and our tire size here is 235/40/19s. Looking at the side profile here, we can appreciate this two-tone color combination that we have going on here. So we have celestial silver as our base color, and then because this does have the two-tone option, we also have a black roof. And you can see, kind of just looking through the side right here, that black actually starts a lot lower in the front of the car. It's actually starting at the A-pillar, and then as we go back, it actually ends a little bit higher up. And moving up top to the roof of the Camry, you can see we have the panoramic glass roof option. So we're going to have a huge sunroof in here. We're going to open it up when we get to the interior section of this video. But you can see up here, we don't just have a regular sunroof. It is the panoramic glass one. The side mirror is also gloss black to match. So you can see we have a nice gloss black mirror here. There are blind spot monitors on the mirrors, as well as a turn signal indicator. And we do have a little bit of chrome right here as well, kind of wrapping around this little side mirror. What's really cool is that we also have nice black window trimming right here. This is all gloss black, and even the section right here between the front and the rear windows are also gloss black, so this isn't really going to fade so much over time. Now moving just down below that, on the XSEs, we do have standard keyless entry on the front doors, but the keyless entry does not carry over to the back doors. And we also have 2 body lines right here on the side of the Camry. We have one that just kind of goes straight across right here, right where the door handles are, and then we also have one that just diagonally goes up from the front wheel to the back wheel. Moving along behind the rear door, we have our fuel door right over here. Now the Camrys do just take regular 87 gas, and then moving up top, we also have a black shark fin antenna. Moving on over to the rear, the SE, XSE, and TRD trims are going to get some special treatment back here. So firstly, we have a color matched spoiler right here. This is color matched to the top of the two-tone color combination, so it really kind of pops. The SE and XSE trim levels are also going to get this little bit of extra plastic down here coming down from the tail light, probably to add to the aggressiveness of this style. And then we also get a nicer, sportier looking diffuser at the bottom of the bumper here, so it's kind of got this little separation down the middle. The LE and the XLE models are just going to have a pretty boring piece of plastic going across. You can see also back here, we just have our Toyota emblem. It's going to spell out Camry letter by letter for us. We also have some XSE badging on the back here, and because this is an XSE, we do have the quad exhaust tips for styling. Keep in mind, only 2 of these exhaust tips are actually functional. We're going to go ahead and jump inside the car now and talk about some of the interior features. All right, starting off with the door card, not a whole lot going on over here. You can see kind of the chrome on this door handle actually extends all the way out to the back of this door card. We do have some of our red leather right here as part of this little grab handle to open and close this door. You can see we have one of our 6 speakers here. Now this one in particular is not equipped with the JBL speakers, so if you do go for the JBL speakers, you may actually get more than 6 speakers in the Camry, but just standard they come with these Toyota 6 speakers. We also have a little water bottle holder down here, and then you can see we have our window switches. All 4 of these are auto up down. Lock, unlock, we have our window lock as well as our mirror controls. Let's go ahead and take a look at these red leather seats here. Now this is cockpit red. It's one of the 3 color options for the interior of the Camry XSE, and these are actually real leather. They're not Toyota Softex leather, which they've been putting in a lot of their products, but these are actual leather seats. So you can see they have that firm feeling of actual real leather seats. You can see we also have some perforation right here. So we have all these little holes because the XSE does have optional ventilated seats. Now this particular one only came with heated seats. We also have like a nice little gray strip right here that goes from the headrest down to the backrest. And then these seats right here, both the driver and the passenger seat are power operated, but the driver's seat is going to be the only one that's going to get the lumbar support. Moving on right here, just to the left of the steering wheel, you can see we have one of our air vents right here. Moving on just down below that, we've got a little bit of that red leather with some white stitching. And then just down below that, we've got a couple of buttons right here. So we have our automatic high beams, traction control off. We can hold this one down right here to open up the trunk. Hold this one down right here to open up the fuel door. And then we also have a little storage pocket right over here. Let's go ahead and head to the back and take a look at the trunk. Taking a look at the trunk now, you can see Camrys have always been known for their massive trunk space. So no surprises over here. We've got our rubber floor mats. You can see we also have folding seats. So to fold these down, you can actually pull right here on the right, and on the left side, there's kind of two sides. The left side is just going to fold down the left seat right there. Right side here is going to fold down the other two. And underneath the floorboard here, you can see we've got a couple of tools and a spare tire. And back to the interior of the Camry, you can see we have our leather steering wheel right here. We've got some nice buttons as well on the steering wheel. So over here on the left side, we can control the menu. So we have a 7-inch screen right here between the two gauges. We can control that using these little buttons right over here. We have a button to pick up and end a phone call. We've got some audio controls right here, voice assistant controls. Over here on the right side, you can see we have our radar cruise control. So regular cruise control, radar button, lane keep assist button. We can also skip tracks and change audio modes. And moving just behind the turn signal indicator, you can see we have an odometer trip reset button as well as a brightness control for the gauges. And we also have some paddle shifters behind the steering wheel here. So we've got plus right here on the right side and minus right here on the left side. And moving on over to the center stack right here, you can see we have our 9-inch touchscreen. Now this actually hasn't been updated from last year. This year the Camrys did not get Toyota's new audio multimedia software, so we still don't have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. You still got to plug in down to the USB down here. We do still have our volume and tune knobs. Pretty much everything in the screen right here is the same as it was last year. Moving just down below that, we have our little air vents right here. Dual zone climate control is standard now on every Camry except for the TRD. And then moving down below that, we have our mentioned USB, the 12-volt power outlet. We have a wireless phone charger, and if you don't want to use this wireless phone charger, you can actually slide this away and you have some extra storage. We have our shifter right here. It does have a sport mode, so you can manually shift. We've got eco, normal, and sport mode, a brake hold, electronic parking brake, 2 cup holders, as well as standard heated seats. The center console in here is pretty average size, but we do have a USB Type A and a USB Type C port. Moving on over to the passenger side, you can see the passenger kind of gets this nice little pattern going across the dashboard. And then moving on over to the door card, it's pretty much more of the same that we saw on the driver's side, but the passenger side over here does get the glove box, which is pretty small for the size of this car. And moving up from the dash, we do have an auto dimming rear view mirror here with home link. So we do have buttons right here for 3 different garage remotes that you can set up. And then moving on up from that, you can see we have our light controls right here. We can have them just turn on, the doors being open. We also have our sunroof controls. So we're gonna go ahead and open that up and show you guys how that works. And then we also have our emergency SOS button here as well. All right, and this right here should give you an idea of how big that panoramic sunroof is once it's all fully opened up. And if we go ahead and actually open up the glass part of the sunroof, you can see it actually only opens about 40% of the way. Moving on now to the back seats here of the Camry XSE, you can see we have some storage pockets right here behind the driver and the passenger seat. We also have 2 air vents down here, but we don't have any standard USBs. We also have some child seat latch points right over here, and then this center area, if you don't want to use the middle seat, you can fold it down for 2 extra cup holders. So that's going to do it for this overview of the 2023 Toyota Camry XSE. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you all next week.